In this lesson, we'll learn how to load and execute an LSP file to convert 3D polylines to 2D. Now, the situation that I have right now that I want to get around is that I have a 3D polyline and I want to assign a line type to it. So there are two ways that I can get around it. Either I can explode this line, or I can use another command that is particularly found outside of AutoCAD in this case, using an LSP file to convert this 3D polyline into a 2D line. So I'm going to show you both methods, and then you'll have a look at what the inconveniences are with either, and you can see how different solutions can better suit your needs. Either way, this lesson is really about showing you how to use an LSP file, because there are several or a myriad of other types of scripts that you can run within AutoCAD that can help you greatly when you have certain issues you want to get over. So let's go ahead and look at how we can run this LSP file. First of all, I want to just show you that it is currently copied into the referenced files folder. So you can see here that the one we're going to be using is called P-Line3D2D. And to load that file, all you need to do is go down to your Tools drop-down menu, go to Load Application, find that referenced file folder, double-click on it or load it, make sure it's successfully loaded, and then you will have to have a look at the command that needs to be typed in order to execute this file. So we need to then type PL32 in this case to make this command active. So you can see here it says enter PL32 to start. So let's type that in, PL32 enter. We can select our object, and I'm just going to select one of these because it is also going to have this dot dash line type, and I'm going to hit enter. So you can see now I can now use the match properties command, MA enter, and I can match properties with this dot dash line. One of the inconveniences that I wanted to show you is that it is going to open up any closed polylines. So you can see here, if I type Control-1 again to get this little menu box, you'll see that this polyline is closed. As soon as you open it, it's going to remove one of those edges. So that is exactly what happens once you apply that particular LSP file. Perhaps there are other LSP files that do actually keep the lines closed and without actually the case of us losing one of these edges. So another way of getting around this issue in particular that we have is to just simply go and explode the object. So you can just type X enter. You can select the object, right click it, and then as soon as you use the match properties, you can then go and apply that. What happens though when you do explode it is you now have several different objects. So instead of having one, we now have 6 edges which are independent and can now independently be moved around. So this is not necessarily what you want in some cases when you do have too many edges to deal with. So sometimes it may be easier just to go and reclose those particular lines that have been opened up, and then just to go and fillet it or use another similar method. So I just wanted to show you the two because it is especially interesting to be able to use LSP files, because you are going to find that there is a lot more power behind any type of command that you wish to get around that isn't particularly found within AutoCAD. So I'm going to now go on into the next lesson. I'm going to just go and do the same thing to all of the other objects so that they are all dashed in the same way. And we're now going to focus on the other plans, basically going back into 3D Max and coming back to the original plan once we have the elevation and the section in place. And once we have all of those drawings within our model space within AutoCAD, we're then going to start applying grid lines, dimensions, and text, and all of the other details that we're going to fill in. I'm first going to focus on getting all of the information out of 3D Max and get that covered first. So that is going to start happening in the next lesson when we are going to tackle pulling out the section that is going to be cutting through this building, through the bridge, and through the central tower element that we have in the middle of our expo building. So hang around for the next lesson where we go and look at that section.